Good morning. It's about 8 o'clock. We started hiking around 7:15, and now we're making our way into Delaware Water Gap, which is pretty exciting because then we're heading into New Jersey. This is pretty much what we've been looking at for this morning. It looks a lot like this all the way through. Some small rocks, maybe a little bit bigger ones here and there, but so yeah, not sure what today's gonna look like, how bad or how easy the trail's gonna be. But now that Dave from the Hiker Center picked up my box, and I don't have to try to, this would have been a really rough day. And we had to get up at like 4 or 5 in the morning trying to get into there to get the box. So we're grateful for that. Yeah, but if was supposed to be raining this morning around 5:30, but it hasn't started raining yet. So that's another thing. We'll have to see what the day brings. Okay, so I came up to Faith waiting for me here. So this was the first bypass Blue Blaze that I was thinking about taking, because the comments on this Wolf Rocks is that if they're wet, they're brutal. People who are purists took it, fell down, wish they hadn't taken it. But the Garmin said, like, we knew we were calling for rain this morning. The Garmin says it's actually raining right now, but it's not. Somebody doesn't want to not do it, and doesn't want to do it alone. So I guess there's snakes out there. It's just because it said there's snakes in the rocks too when they're sunny, but it's not sunny today, so they might not be. They said there's snakes on the rocks. On the rocks, sunny, or can be hidden under. Or hidden under the rocks. So we're gonna go try and give Wolf Rocks a go. I probably am not going to be able to video anything out there. I'll be hanging on for my life. Need to get up before it starts raining. Yeah, I better get up before it starts raining. Yeah. Wish me luck. So I'm going to play YouTube for a little bit. My mom took the bypass and left me. Yeah, she was too scared with the chance of it raining and being on those wet rocks. She has a hard enough time with the rocks as it is. No need for anyone to get hurt if she's gonna be scared. The only compromise was that I got to take the phone with me so that I don't get lost. And then if I do get hurt, if it starts to rain or something, well, I have a way to get help. I'm sure it'll be fine. I will do my best to show you Wolf Rocks, and we'll see if we see any snakes. I didn't record anything in there because it did start to rain, so I was trying to get through it as quickly as I could. But that wasn't that bad. I don't know. Unless there's more coming, but that
Yeah, it was a little steep at the end and there was a couple loose boulders, but it wasn't anything worse than we've been doing on a daily basis. So, I don't know. I mean, they weren't too wet when I was in there, so maybe it's really bad if they get wet. But again, I don't know. I feel like I've been in worse situations than that. I was having fun. I was jumping from boulder to boulder trying to get through it quickly. It was kind of fun. Well, I got to check to see how far away I am from the bypass junction. And then I'll sit there and wait for my mom. Hopefully her bypass was nice. I beat her still.
Okay, and we met her here. It was about 5 minutes after we parted. It started to rain, so I was glad that I did it. But then Faith is telling me that it wasn't actually that bad compared to what I've done before. Yeah, like was it? Because they said it was like kind of like Dragon's Tooth. Was it as hard as Dragon's Tooth wet?
Oh my God, no.
Okay, because when somebody's comments,
said that
yeah,
was like Dragon's Tooth. It was not like
Faith
Dragon's
was,
Tooth.
yeah, Faith was reading the comments saying that it was like Dragon's Tooth. Well, we did Dragon's Tooth in the rain, and I did not enjoy that. I had myself in trouble a couple of times where I was like,
Most
hey,
of that 0.8,
yeah,
0.5 of it was just getting to the rocks.
oh, okay,
I
yeah.
only had, so there was only 0.3 of rocks.
Oh, only point, yeah, and I did a mile, and I had a little bit of a climb, but like I said, it wasn't long after we got out there because we knew too because the Garmin said it was raining.
I can see the rocks up at the top though.
Yeah,
because they're all angled. If they was wet, I could see them.
Them being slippery. Yeah. Yeah. Well.
I still think there's worse spots that this trail makes us do.
Yeah. Yeah. Rain or shine. Yeah. 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 So I was like, hey, you know, hindsight's 20/20. And as soon as it started raining, I was like, hey, I think I made the right decision because once I slip and hurt myself, that's it. And I had always said from the beginning, I'm not taking a weather bypass unless that weather is there. And when we checked our weather with the Garmin, like it was supposed to start raining at 5:30, and our Garmin was saying it was actually raining then. Sometimes you don't feel it though inside the trees because it's not raining quite hard enough. You have quite a bit of coverage, but within a couple of minutes it was coming through. So I was like, okay, I'm glad I made that decision. I hope she gets through safely. But then she was at the turnoff waiting for me, so I didn't have to sit there and worry. So that was good. But so she made it through that, and now we're back on our path, getting to Delaware Water Gap. What I know, Frankenstein, he messaged us saying that just so we know, the rock issues don't end at the Pennsylvania and New Jersey border, which we already assume that. It's not the way the earth works. But yeah, so we'll see how today goes. I'm happy that we got through that part. It is starting to rain. We knew it was going to be raining today. And it should stop, I think, by the time that we're setting up camp tonight, because we have to stop for a little bit in Delaware to get our box and sort through our stuff. I'm gonna have to get a couple of videos done and uploaded because I think this morning's was the last one I had ready. So I'll do that while Faith sorts through some stuff, and we'll go from there. See how far we get. I think by the time we did 17.7 yesterday, and I think Delaware Water Gap I think is 13.5. So even if we got, 3 or 4 miles after it, that would be good. But we haven't looked at the next map. Once we're changing the state, we're changing our maps too. So we haven't looked at it, but you always climb out of town, so you can count on that. Anyway, we'll show you if there's anything else. So it's about 10 to 11. We stopped at this shelter. We'll have 6 miles from here to get into Delaware Water Gap. Faith just ran to get some water. There's supposed to be a spigot. I'm just gonna have a little break here, probably a little lunch, because really you don't want it's raining. The only place you want to stop and have a lunch is in a shelter. Nobody likes to sit on the side of the trail in the rain to eat, so this is probably what we're gonna just stay here for a quick lunch and then try to get to Delaware Water Gap and get our box. It is raining pretty good right now. It's a little fire pit and a beautiful view. Faith said to be careful. There's wet rocks here. So I guess I better put the phone down. Feels like it's been a bit since we've been in a little rhododendron tunnel here. This is pretty cool. And it's like, as we've been getting kind of dumped on, not hard, just quite a bit and steady. Not to where it's like hurting your face and your eyes and stuff. But yeah, so this is a nice little section. I think we got a couple miles more into Delaware Water Gap. And so far, there was a few like rock sections. There was a little trail that went around, not a full trail that went around, but just like a little walking thing, just literally skirted the rocks, which is good because they looked pretty wet. These small ones here aren't too bad. I haven't seen a little waterfall in a while. Hey? Okay, so it's 4:51. Faith and I just sat here and went through our box. This place is filled with hikers. Okay, so yeah, somebody was coming out, so I stopped the video. So this is where the hikers go in there. They have it's like a little hostel there for them. And Dave was out a couple of times and talking to everybody, see if we needed anything. And he's the one that went and got our package for us. He is a hiker too himself. So he really helped out. And I'm gonna show you the sign right here. And it's like right at that corner is the trail. It's not very far. And this is where it is, yeah. And look what's coming up! Woohoo! We are in New Jersey! Yay! So 2 things today. We hit New Jersey and we hit 1,300. Woo woo! Okay. Hey, little buddy, you better get off the trail. Okay, I'm about 1.4, 1.3, 1.4 to our tent site. After we hit the 1,300 mile mark, we had talked to Igloo. He's up at the tent site where we're going, and he says it's straightforward. No funny stuff once you're on the bush trail. It was a little bit hard to get through town to figure out where to go, but once you're on the actual trail, it's easy. And he's already there set up right beside the trail, so we can't miss him. So Faith ran ahead. Our issues with us separating is Faith's phone's not working. So what we came up with was, if we do have to separate, or we choose to separate for a couple of miles, she takes the Garmin. And so far, like, we've only been comfortable doing it when we knew Igloo was ahead. So I did have service, so Igloo, he knows that she's on her way. She was 2.6 when she left, because then that way it takes a bit of pressure off me to try to do the end of the day climbs. I'm a lot slower, especially at the end of the day. I'm slower to begin with. And then today we thought that these tent sites were only 3 miles from the church hostel, and it turned out it was 5. So we will have done, by the time I get there, we'll have done 18 and a half. And that's what's stopping at the hostel for almost 2 hours. But that's the reason why we were able to do that in this time frame, is that first 13 and a half miles, we hardly took any breaks. Even when we did take a break, even have a snack and stuff, it was pretty fast. And then, especially because it was raining today too. So we definitely didn't play around this morning. So pretty sure that's the only reason why we were able to pull it off, especially in the rain. But yeah, so hopefully I'll get there soon. I'm playing my music and doing my thing, trying to get me to, and that's the other thing too, when Faith goes ahead, she sets up the tent and gets it ready. I can just either take my videos, play my music, putter along, don't feel the pressure to get there. And then when I get there, I just dive in and go to bed. And she doesn't have to wait as long to get to camp. Like, she can get her supper started and stuff. Although while we were at the church, well, I was trying to get videos done because I have no video coming out for tomorrow. So I got one ready and I was going to upload it, but the service there was not good at all and I wasn't able to upload it. So I'm hoping that after this climb tonight, maybe we'll get enough signal up top that I'll be able to upload. Otherwise, there won't be a video coming out tomorrow. I'm hoping now, like, we're in New Jersey, so we're going to be coming out to more towns. We might be able to stop like at a deli area where we have signal and get videos uploaded. Maybe it'll be a little bit easier to stay on top and get them posted. But yeah, so we'll see how it goes tonight. Yeah, but anyway, so while I was working on that video, Faith ran and got us some supper, some hot supper. She had some boneless wings. She brought me back a hamburger. So we've already eaten. So when I get there, I'll probably just have a snack and lay down and see if I can get this video going. But yeah, but it is, of course, we're leaving town, so it's a climb. But this climb isn't that bad. It gives you a bit of a climb, like what I'm just doing. That's why I'm breathing so hard. And then you get a little bit of a flat, a little bit of a climb, a little bit of a flat. So I've been in worse. But anyway, okay, so unless I see something else to show you, we'll talk to you tomorrow. Yep, the rocks definitely didn't end at the New Jersey border. We'll see how long this goes on. I have less than a mile. I checked just a little while ago and it was 0.9. So hopefully the whole 0.9 isn't all rock. Okay, it's 7:15 and my bed is 0.2 away. So even if it is rocky, that's okay. And I've only got 0.2 to go. So I'm happy about that. We will have done, I think it was 18.4. Either 18.4 or 18.5. 18.4 today. And with a 2-hour stop getting our resupply stuff done. So yeah, so pretty good day, even though it rained. At one point too, hang on, I gotta turn this around and talk to you. So when we were at the hiker hostel at the church, and we're doing the resupply, after you've been in the rain and you start to get cold, sitting there and we're doing the resupply and it's starting to get kind of late, and Faith comes back from her dinner and she's looking at me and she's like, "Are you okay?" And she says, "Guys, we gotta hike." She says, "If you're not dying, we gotta go." And then she's like, "Do you want to get to Katahdin? If you want to get to Katahdin, we gotta go. We gotta get in some more miles." So I was like, it's kind of switching plays. I still have to, like, I'm the one that has to keep Faith motivated when she gets in that I'm kind of done. You can see it. I'm done. I want to go home, which she doesn't get that much anymore. That's my job, is to not let her quit. And her job is to not let me quit too early in the day. And we have to get miles in or we will not make it to Katahdin before our 6 months runs out. So we have to stay motivated. But when it's rainy and you're cold and you're tired and it's been rocky and wet and slippery all day and you want to be done, you need somebody to tell you that you got to keep going. So we did keep going. And instead of because if we had stopped there, that was a 13.5-mile day. So this went from a 13.5-mile day to almost an 18.5-mile day. So yeah, I'm glad she pushed me, and it's not that bad. And like I said, she bites the bullet for us a lot and takes on extra things. So she's up ahead getting the tent set up for me. If we ever have to carry extra water, she carries it. She tries to carry like the extra. I think right now between us we have 3 liters. I have 1, she has 2. So she does take that extra on to try to help me get in these extra miles that we need to get to Katahdin. So yeah, that's it's nice to have a partner like that. And when I get to camp in probably like 0.15 right now, my tent will be set up. All I gotta do is pull up my bed, open up my sleeping bag, and I can go to sleep. So anyway, so we'll see you all tomorrow. We are in New Jersey.